Okay, so we are unboxing the cooking set out of doors WH200 along with the Jet Boil Jet Power camping fuel and little stove. So in the cooking set itself, it comes with a neat little carrying case here. There's a little wooden spoon with it. And inside the carrying case, there is a lid, the camp stove itself. I actually have another one of those. A little scrub pack, a folding fork and spoon. Oops. There. So a folding spoon and a fork. Nice and compact. Sort of ladle for getting your soup or stew in and out, and two little travel bowls. And then the actual pots themselves. There's, let's see, a 1 liter pot it looks like, and a smaller sort of pan. The pan has little handles that fold out, and I believe the pot does too. So inside the camp stove, it comes in a nice little carrying case, and it's very compact, very light. So it looks like it folds out like this. 4 little legs to hold up the pot itself. And then there's a nice little clicker lighter on there, so you shouldn't need to use a lighter to light it. The adjustment for the fuel, and then it screws right on to the fuel itself. Okay, so to set up the stove, it's pretty simple. You just screw it directly onto the fuel itself. Make sure that your throttle here is turned all the way off when you do it. Screw it on nice and tight. Okay, there's a rubber seal here, which is good, so you don't have to go crazy. And then the weight of the actual fuel itself holds the stove upright. You're still going to want a fairly flat area to put it on, but otherwise it's pretty simple. Okay, to light it, it's pretty simple. You turn the throttle on just a little bit, click it, and you should hear it, yeah, and then you'll feel the heat coming off it right away. And then you can adjust the throttle afterwards, depending on how high you need it. Now it goes up pretty high, but you shouldn't need it that high at all. Okay. Okay, so the first thing we're going to try is frying an egg in the frying pan. The first thing you notice is that it does sit on it fairly well with the fuel at the bottom, but it is a small base to actually hold the pan with. So like I said before, you got to make sure it's on a flat surface, and it is a little bit tippy, but otherwise not too bad. So we're going to light this. Okay, we get it lit, turn it up, and we're going to try cooking this on the frying pan without any grease in it, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so our scrambled egg is now just about done. I did mention before that I didn't use any grease in it, and it does stick to the bottom a bit, so you'll want to use cooking spray or grease when using it. You can put it quite easily right into the nice little camping pots there, and you're good to go. I, in the meantime, got our pot of water ready to try and boil some water as well. So let's see. Again, it's a bit tippy, so definitely want to use something good and flat to put it on. Okay, and let's see what happens. There's half a liter of water in there. Okay, so it's been just over 4 minutes, and it's now boiling, so it comes up pretty quick. I don't have it turned up all the way. I actually had it pretty low at the beginning and then turned it up. So you have a good amount of control over how quickly you want it to come up to a boil as well, which would be good for if you have like beans or something instead of just trying to boil water. And yeah. Okay, so after cooking, I cleaned my eggs out of the bottom of this, and they actually came out really easily. It cleaned up nicely with the the scrubbing pad that was provided here, rinsed off pretty easily. And so let's see. The stove itself cools down very quickly after using, so that's good. You can pack it up right away. In probably 6 or so minutes I had it on. We didn't use very much fuel. Again, that obviously depends on how high you have it turned up. But now it breaks down very easily and very quickly, so not much to worry about there. And it's ready to get packed right up and go back into its carrying case. So very easy maintenance on it as well. Okay, so overall thoughts on the cooking set out of doors WH200. It's super compact, it's very light, easy to carry, it's easy to set up, easy to break down. The only drawbacks is that, like I said, it's a little bit wobbly, so you definitely want to make sure you find a flat surface or bring something flat to put it on, and bring some grease to cook with. And other than that, I think it's a really great small backpacking stove that's very convenient.